Hi guys, my name is Matt Winton. I'm the 2021 World Brewers Cup champion and I've been working with Sybaris for a few years now, and together we've developed a new technology, the B3 series of papers. To me, these papers were a journey of about a year almost of research and working together with Sybaris. Joachim and Lambert and me were basically testing and bouncing ideas back and forth to try and figure out exactly what this paper would start to be. This paper started as, a raw material that was never used in coffee filtration before. And we realized it had some potential, but we still needed a lot of work to be done. And it went through several different variants and iterations and versions before we found something that we really liked. This paper is slightly different to their fast technology, which had, of course, a very revolutionary way of brewing where you needed to change your style and your concepts of brewing in order to get a great result. But here with the B3, we have something that's a little bit more towards traditional, but still holds some very interesting factors. When we look at the paper itself, I have here on my right a paper from the Fast collection. You feel that it's very thin and it's very soft. When this one is wet in a brewer, it really sort of molds to the shape of a brewer, and it really takes the form of the ridges of any brewer that it's in, whether it's a flat or a cone shape. But with the B3, it's a lot more rigid and stiff and thicker. This style of paper means that it's going to sit off of the ridges of a brewer, and it's going to interact with the brewer differently to the Fast. And so the way the B3 acts with drippers is by actually sitting off of the walls more. And this means that we have more contact points generally with our brewer, and so that we have a different style of extraction. For me, the Fast paper brings out a lot more brightness and clarity to brews, and it has a little bit more body. Whereas the B3, for me, tends to be a little bit more sweet and rich in its profiles, maybe a little bit aided by the slightly longer drawdown times you'll get with the B3, but also that its filtration medium is really nice at creating a clean cup. Now, we have several different shapes of these ones. If we look at our flat ones, we have now two sizes. For example, the medium size and the small size, where this could be a Kalita 185 or a 155, or fit slightly above an Oreja or slightly below the level of the Oreja. They are made with the same technology and paper and the same folding, just slightly different size. Then we have for our conical drippers, two different types of paper. One is our standard cone, which is just simple, fold, pop it in, that's all you need to do. And then the other is our special shape, the hybrid. This is the small hybrid designed to fit in smaller brewers. It's a special way of brewing where we have a hybrid between a flat bed and a conical shape. This was inspired for us by the idea that the last sort of gram or so that would sit at the bottom of a conical brewer paper is not really extracting too much. There's not much around it to help flow through that part of the dripper. So we decided to make one that would stop above that level. I'll just fold it now. This style of hybrid paper, where it has a small flat bottom, but it's also a conical brewer, we've used also on the world stage and Brewers Cup to a really good effect to help us get a more evenness and slightly increase the extraction of our brew. For me, the difference between the hybrid is that here we can get a bit more even and higher extraction, resulting in a more full cup. And then we can switch very easily to our cone, where it's just more simple to use. And we're going to have faster drawdowns, especially in the first part of brews, and a really clean cup overall. This one for me sort of epitomizes the easiness of brewing that you could do at home, where you don't really need to think about anything else with the brewing. Just pop your paper filter in and away you go.